Hello guys, welcome back to our anime moment. Guys, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Today is explanation of Swallowed Star 2 episode number 115 based on novel. So let's start. Luo Feng's clone is usually in the outer layer of the dream realm, where the influence on the mind and will is the weakest. At this moment, a weak clone was exploring the way ahead, and another powerful clone was following behind. This powerful clone has 1% of the energy reserve of the real body of the world life form. Luo Feng's two clones hurried quietly, passing through independent spaces, and finally arrived at the deep area of the dream realm. In the depths of the dream realm, Luo Feng was also more careful. In the long years before, Luo Feng had already tried to enter in the depths of the dream realm. Every ordinary creature here has the strength of the Guishu Emperor, even some of the leaders are at the Emperor level, and there are dangers everywhere. Master Wanfa also came to see me? Luo Feng was startled, and he temporarily stopped moving forward. The battle for the territory of the Food Kingdom completely proved Luo Feng's strength. Although there are many powerful people in the origin continent, Luo Feng's revealed strength is already one of the strongest below the Emperor level. After the time and space old demon, the master of Wanfa also came to see Luo Feng in person and offered similar conditions. The Lord of Wanfa is indeed as rumors. He is quite friendly to local practitioners like us. Luo Feng thought. Among the three aliens, the palace masters of the two realms are domineering, the old devil of time and space is unscrupulous, and the Lord of Wanfa is kind and merciful. The owner of Wanfa Hall is even willing to teach many god kings how to practice. Out of the four treasures, the first two are the most important to them, special life remains and secret techniques. After Luo Feng finished chatting with the master of Wanfa, the clone in the dream realm continued to move forward. Special life remains, only found in two places. The dark area of the dream realm, the deepest part of the Qianzhou realm. The Qianzhou realm is completely blocked, so to find the remains of special life, the only possibility is the dark area of the dream realm. The two ancient countries had completely blocked Qianzhou realm with all their strength, and Luo Feng has no confidence to fight against the two ancient countries on his own. Blocking the Qianzhou realm should be a joint decision made by the ancestors of the two ancient countries. After a long time, Luo Feng finally reached the end of the deep dream realm. There is a dark area ahead. Luo Feng looked at the darkness ahead, and only his spiritual consciousness could penetrate and peer into it. Go in, he thought. The weak clone entered first and the powerful clone waited for a while before following. In the dark area, there is an invisible and terrifying force that envelopes Luo Feng's mind and will, constantly dragging his mind and will. Once he is unable to resist it, he will completely fall into a dream and fall asleep. I need to devote about 50% to 60% of my mental energy to resist the influence of the dark area. Luo Feng thought. The surrounding darkness was extremely heavy. Even Luo Feng's spiritual consciousness, which surpassed the God King level, could only peer into the surrounding area of tens of thousands of kilometers. The weak clone exploring the road ahead, suddenly a light flashed and penetrated the weak clone. Luo Feng's weak clone was annihilated in an instant. However, with the super vitality of the 24-phase world life form, it recovered from nothingness. But just as it recovered a little, a flash of light annihilated Luo Feng's weak clone again. I saw it. When Luo Feng's weak clone recovered, he could clearly see the appearance of the light. It was a weapon like a silver shuttle. It's just that it was too fast. It was within tens of thousands kilometers of Luo Feng's spying range. With just a flash of light, Luo Feng was bound to be attacked. That silver shuttle-like weapon attacked twice and my weak clone was completely gone. Luo Feng was very surprised. Although my weak clone has very little energy, it is still a 24-phase life form. And it is not much different compared with the powerful clones of Shifang world form. Even when the Emperor attacks, it should be able to resist 2 or 3 moves. Luo Feng continued to move forward cautiously. He did not create any weak clones. After all, if he encounters an enemy within a range of tens of thousands of kilometers, he would definitely be attacked. In the dark area, During Luo Feng's exploration, the earth was made of black strange metal with countless secret patterns. Walking on this black metal land, Luo Feng was also looking for the remnants of special life. Huh? Luo Feng suddenly became excited. The boundary of the tens of thousands of kilometers that the mind and will observed suddenly flashed with light, and the light penetrated Luo Feng's body. This speed was so fast that Luo Feng had no time to respond in any other way. However, this clone contains 1% of the energy reserve, which is equivalent to 30% of the perfect divine body reserve. Although this ray of light penetrated Luo Feng's body, his body quickly recovered. One blow, annihilating about 1/10,000th of my energy reserve. Luo Feng thought, and his rope spread out into a large number of rivers, turning into a mighty silver river. The Milky Way is vast, covering the surroundings. Luo Feng stood in the center of the Milky Way. Phew! There was a flash of silver light, and it struck from outside the boundary of Luo Feng's observation range. In a flash, it penetrated the obstacles of the vast galaxy, penetrated Luo Feng's body, and then flew out from the other end of the observation boundary. I can't resist, I can't entangle, I can only be beaten. Luo Feng noticed the gap. It's too fast. The moment it's about to strike, time is suspended. This silver light is at the moment when time is suspended, running through tens of thousands of kilometers. It can even influence the rules of the surrounding world. I can't stop it even after blocking it with a strong body. Luo Feng was helpless for a moment. The native creatures in the dream realm are not afraid of all mental and will attacks. Luo Feng's mental and will attacks have no effect on the silver shuttle at all. Before he could even start his most powerful mass extinction style, the opponent's light flashed and he had already moved from one end of the observation boundary to the other. Luo Feng couldn't even lock onto the target. How to fight? Luo Feng was a little confused. The moves of this silver shuttle seemed simple, but it only takes one move to go back and forth. But it is more terrifying than most emperors. Fortunately, my body's recovery ability is very strong. Luo Feng thought. Each time 1/10,000th of the energy reserve was annihilated, but each newly annihilated energy was quickly integrated and restored, and most of it was restored. Whoosh! Whoosh! Suddenly 6 rays of light flashed and instantly penetrated the range that Luo Feng penetrated. Moreover, this time the silver shuttle creatures did not stop during their attack, but kept shuttling back and forth, strangulating crazily. 6 silver shuttle creatures? Luo Feng's expression changed, and he turned around and ran away without hesitation. But in terms of speed, he was far inferior to this strange silver shuttle creature. Luo Feng only flew out for more than 10 breaths. The 6 silver shuttle creatures frantically besieged and strangled him more than 20,000 times. Ha! Luo Feng narrowly escaped from the dark area and returned to the deep area. The 6 silver shuttle creatures did not pursue him anymore. This clone of mine still has 1/3 of its energy reserve left. Luo Feng was a little scared. He really cares about energy reserves. Because even if the small universe absorbs energy with all its strength, it will probably only absorb the energy reserves of a perfect god body in 1 century. The energy lost this time will take about 2/10 of a century to recover. This is also the reason why Luo Feng does not use his true body easily. The Dreamland is such a harsh environment. The more powerful the clone, the greater the cost of dying. Emperors and monarchs like those without clones dare not enter Treasure Realm with too dangerous environment. In the dark area, I encountered 6 silver shuttle creatures as soon as I entered. Each silver shuttle creature must have the strength of an emperor. Luo Feng thought. The 6 silver shuttle joined forces to besiege him crazily. Even if they didn't understand the formation, they were still very scary. Try another entrance. Luo Feng thought for a moment. Immediately, this powerful clone began to return, replenishing its energy first. After that, a powerful clone with 1% energy reserve entered the dark area from another place in the deep area of the dream realm. Just for a moment. Who? Luo Feng's powerful clone failed to escape this time. The creature in the dark area I encountered this time was too strong. It was much more powerful than the previous silver shuttle creature. Luophone was a little trembling. It was a very huge flame-burning creature with a black metal body. The huge creature was so big that Luophone could only see part of its head within a range of tens of thousands of kilometers. It swooped down and Luophone had no way to escape. Its collision and claws tore apart. Luophone was only severely injured. But when it swallowed Luophone in one gulp, the strangulation in its body was annihilated, and Luophone's clone was completely gone after only a few breaths in its body. After being swallowed by it, it was as if I had entered a huge cage with no way to escape. I could only wait for death. This has exceeded the strength of a normal emperor or monarch. Luophone was speechless. Luophone went in twice. Once, he encountered 6 silver shuttle creatures, each of which was at the emperor level. Second, he encountered a dark flame creature, but it was much stronger than the 6 silver shuttle creatures combined. How to explore dark areas? There is no way to explore. Luophone understood that even if his true form came in and encountered a dark flame creature, he would still lose most of his energy reserves. My strength is still not enough. The only move that can barely be counted as an ultimate level move is the mass extinction style. As for the powerful secret treasure, I don't dare to bring it out. The power purely based on the physical body is not as good as that of the original creature, and it is even worse in other aspects. I have to comprehend more tricks. Only when I have more tricks in the ultimate realm, and I'm more comprehensive in many aspects such as movement, defense, and field, can I be qualified to explore the dark area. Luophone suddenly felt confused as he thought about it. Since these 3 major alien races know that there are special life remnants in the dark area, it means that there should be strong people who have obtained special life remnants from the dark area. At this moment, Luophone also knew that there are people outside the world. Even in the origin continent, there are still those who are stronger than myself. Luophone thought. With my current strength, if I go to the dark area, I will die. I'd better explore the deep area. There should be much more treasures in the deep area than in the middle area. The value of the special life debris in the dark area is ridiculously high, but I don't have the ability for the time being. Then lower the goal and explore the deep area first. After all, the strong men of the origin continent mainly explore the middle area. Some rare treasures can be worth tens of millions of credits. The value of the rare treasures in the deep area is even higher. Maybe you can get the rare treasures worth more than 1 billion credits. The rare treasures worth more than 1 billion credits are also what the 3 major alien races and the 2 ancestors long for. With such rare treasures, you should be able to exchange for what you need. Dark area. One day, I will come to explore your reality. Luophone's clone in the dream realm began to carefully explore the deep area. The danger level in deep areas has obviously dropped sharply. Most of the creatures here are at the Guishu Emperor level. Even if the leaders are more powerful, they are still at the Emperor level and they still takes action alone. Luophone's powerful clone can also escape. Of course, if you encounter a group that is too powerful or a leader that is too terrifying, you will still be in danger of being annihilated. In the following days, Luophone occasionally explored the deep areas of the dream realm, mainly practicing. Because exploring the dream realm is also risky. Once the body dies, he loses a 1% energy reserve clone. He needs to practice slowly to recover. Naturally, he has to control the number of explorations. And he also needs to make the real body bigger and bigger. The small universe absorbs energy faster, of course, it must be faster than the dream domain exploration consumption speed. Every time Luophone harvests treasures in the dream realm, they are sent to the outer clone for storage. When the Samsara building team comes to the dream realm, Luophone will also take the opportunity to send powerful clones in. When the team left the dream realm, they also took out the treasures they had accumulated. It took more than 100 centuries for Blade River Sect to annex the territory of Food Kingdom. As the power that governs 155 chaos states, Blade River Sect is also well known throughout the origin continent. And today is a big day for the entire Blade River Sect. Blade River Sect's eldest brother, Moyu Qingyang, and New Kingdom Princess, Yu Shuai Jianxin, officially became husband and wife, and a grand celebration was being held in Muyu Qingyan's fiefdom, Qingyang City. Big brother and sister-in-law already have a child. I saw the little guy. He's not arrogant at all and is quite well behaved. I heard that the sect master and the Lord Yushui will be here this time. Countless people in the entire Qingyang city were talking about this Taoist couple celebration, the sect leader and the ruler of the Yu Kingdom. Currently, there are 5 Blade River sect disciples who have reached the Chaos Realm. In terms of prestige, the only one who can rival the eldest senior brother Muyu Qingyang is the second senior brother Xinyu, but the second senior brother Xinyu is so focused on cultivation that he has no intention of managing the sect's trivial matters. Only Muyu Qingyang, knowing that his cultivation path was hopeless, worked hard without complaint. Yuan and Morosa also gradually handed over more and more matters of the sect to Muyu Qingyang. Nowadays, Muyu Qingyang can be regarded as the de facto chief steward of Blade River sect. Luo Feng's world power can cover the entire territory with a thought, and he has also found many termites in the sect, but Muyu Qingyang has always been very attentive in his work, which makes Luo Feng quite pleased. Second Master, this is Jianxin and I's child, Muyu Xiao. Xiao, this is your Grandmaster Luosa. Muyu Qingyang and a tall, beautiful woman were holding the hands of a child together. Grandmaster. The child Muyu Xiao called sweetly. Morosa laughed and picked up the child. This child is really well behaved. Father said that it was mainly his Grandmaster who taught him throughout all these years of practice. Muyu Xiao looked at Morosa curiously. After all, his father had mentioned the second master too many times. Right, it was mainly me who taught you. Morosa looked at the little kid. Xiao, I will teach you how to practice in the future, okay? Okay. Muyu Xiao responded happily. Muyu Qingyang and Yu Shui Jianxin looked at each other. They were both in the chaos realm formed by the bloodline. One was responsible for many affairs of Blade River sect, and the other was responsible for many affairs within the territory of Yu Kingdom. It was because of some cooperation between the two sides that they knew each other. They had resonances on many things and soon came together. After having a child, they decided to hold a Taoist couple celebration. The strength that Morosa has shown now is also beyond the level of Chaos Realm. Muyu Qingyang and his wife are both in the Chaos Realm of the bloodline path. Naturally, they are willing to let Morosa teach the child. Qingyang, you two should have more children. Morosa said with a smile, let me teach them all. You are a little stupid, I hope one of your children will be a genius. If second master is willing to teach me, I would be more than happy to do so. Muyu Qingyang said with a smile. Thank you, second master. Yu Shui Jianxin on the side also expressed his gratitude. Because on the origin continent, the more powerful the existence is, the less willing they are to spend time teaching their disciples. They need to focus more on themselves. Of course they were happy that Morosa was willing to teach their children. If it were Master Luo Feng, even his own disciple would only give him guidance once in a while over a long period of time. It was impossible for him to spend too much time on him. Morosa suddenly turned his head and looked into the distance. Muyu Qingyang and Yu Shui Jianxin also looked into the distance with some confusion, and soon two figures appeared out of thin air. They were Luo Feng and the hairy lord of Yu Shui. Master. Father. Muyu Qingyang and Yu Shui Jianxin both became more serious. Luo Feng looked at the couple with a smile. Both of them had reached the Chaos Realm through their bloodline, so they were a good match. Master, this is Qingyang and his friend's child, named Muyu Xiao. Morosa said from the side. Muyu Xiao also called out respectfully, Muyu Xiao, hello to the Grandmaster. Luo Feng smiled and nodded. I just happened to get a rare treasure recently, which is suitable for building a foundation for children's cultivation. Luo Feng flipped his hand, took out a jade box, and opened it actively. Inside the jade box was a piece of light green leaf flesh. The natural fragrance of the leaf flesh made everyone around him excited. The Yu Shui Kingdom Lord at the side could not help but say, Brother Luo this is too precious. This is one of the rare treasures Luo Feng got in the deep area of the Dream Realm, worth about 8 million merits. It is very suitable for laying the foundation for the young. I just happened to get it recently, and I just happened to see the little fellow, and I just happened to prepare gifts for Qing Yang and the others. This is the fate between him and me," Luo Feng said with a smile. "This kind of rare treasure is already very cheap among the many rare treasures he has accumulated." "Xiao, why don't you thank your master?" said the Lord Yu Shui. For the Lord Yu Shui, it was not easy to get a rare treasure worth 8 million merits. Especially since his true body was destroyed in Qianhe last time. Although the resurrection carrier of the Lord Yu Shui also had blood, it needed to be nurtured again. The total value of all the treasures of the Lord Yu Shui's weapons and secret treasures was only about 100 million merits. There was no way he would be willing to give his grandson a treasure worth 8 million merits. He would never spend so much to raise any of his children. If the strength is one level different, the ability to obtain treasures will be very different. People like Emperor Guizhou and God King Wuxin possess much more treasures than the Lord Yu Shui. The master of the spacetime boat has a stronger ability to obtain treasures. Like Luo Feng, his true strength is at the level of an emperor. Beyond the will of a God King, his clones have the ability to obtain treasures, making them much stronger than ordinary emperors and monarchs. Huyang City, the quiet room of the City Lord's mansion, inside the Star Tower. The majestic Luo Feng's perfect divine body was sitting cross-legged, and next to him was another more vast world life form lying there sleeping. Because at this moment the true body of the world life form had more than 100 times the energy of the perfect divine body, if he stayed awake, it would have a certain burden on his mind. The secret patterns of the Star Tower contain endless mysteries, which are much deeper than the avenues. Luo Feng's spiritual consciousness penetrated into the Star Tower and observed the endless secret patterns. Luo Feng's current practice is mainly focused on comprehending the secret patterns of the Star Tower. Things like the special inheritances, world life body, and mixed cave beast body, and the pillars in the Qianzhou realm, are all auxiliary. Ever since I comprehended the secret patterns of the Star Tower, I have always wanted to interpret my understanding of the secret patterns with the Great Tao. I want to use the 9 branches of the Great Way of Life and Death as the foundation and try to perfectly interpret the mysteries of the Star Tower. What a pity! Luo Feng shook his head slightly. The fusion of the 9 branches can only interpret the part that I have comprehended. But even so, I still can't create a 9-branch fusion move. This scale. Luo Feng's mind observed the blood-red scales with 12 colors, and also observed the infinite secret patterns derived from the blood-red scales. Forget about the 9-branch moves, I haven't even figured out the 8-branch fusion moves. The 9 branches of life and death try to interpret the secret patterns of the Star Tower. Luo Feng had spent many years to comprehend 2 6-branch fusion moves and 2 7-branch fusion moves, but these moves only barely scratched the surface of the Star Tower. The road is endless, but my life is also long, so I have enough time to study slowly. Luo Feng is very satisfied with this kind of life. He studies more and more mysteries and his understanding of the world is getting closer to its essence. Luo Feng was very fortunate that he had the Star Tower. The greatest value of the Star Tower is not as a combat weapon, but as a book. The most important treasure in the deep area of the dream realm should be ripe. Luo Feng's heart moved. In the past 100 centuries, Luo Feng only explored the depths of the dream realm once every century. He usually explored about 10 deep spaces each time, and when one of his clones was completely destroyed, Luo Feng would stop exploring. Every era, at most one clone is lost, which is about 30% of the perfect divine body. With this, the life forms in Luo Feng's world can continue to grow. For more than 100 centuries, I have simply explored thousands of deep spaces and recorded many rare treasures in the space. Luo Feng thought that the speed of change in deep space is much slower than that in outer space and middle space, and the growth of rare treasures is also slower. Furthermore, the precious rarities and native creatures around them are generally more powerful. This rare treasure is the only one I can hope to obtain in hundreds of centuries that is worth more than 1 billion merits. Luo Feng attached great importance to this rare treasure. Luo Feng only found this rare treasure within his ability that was worth over 10 billion merits. It is estimated that the powerful men of the two ancient countries, the ancestor of the eastern region, the lord of the 10,000 realms, etc., are trying to collect such rare treasures, which is why they are so rare. Dream Realm, Deep Area. There was an inconspicuous fruit tree in the crevice of the cliff, and on the tree grew a black fruit. This black fruit had a faint purple sheen, and it was a very inconspicuous fruit in the Dream Realm. The 1,000 Dream Fruit, worth 1.5 billion merits, is finally about to mature. I have been waiting for this day for a long time. A grey-robed figure looked at the fruit from afar. With this dream fruit, I can complete a complete ultimate path. Humph, the two ancient countries are really cruel, pricing such a treasure at only 1.5 billion merits. The grey-robed figure thought. He knows it very well. Rare treasures below 100 million merits are useless to the ancestors of the two ancient countries and the three alien races. Even if there are 100 rare treasures of 100 million merits, the ancestors don't need them. But the ancestors need the rare treasures worth more than 1 billion merits. Therefore, the prices of these rare treasures worth more than 1 billion merits cannot be determined by the two ancient countries. The actual value is much higher. The 1,000 Dream Fruit should be ripe. A figure came from nothingness and came directly to the edge of the cliff. He was wearing a light golden robe. Invisible waves covered a vast area and also discovered the hidden grey-robed figure. Emperor Jofen? The grey-robed figure's expression changed. Who are you? Emperor Jofen looked at the other person. You don't even dare to reveal your identity. The grey-robed figure chuckled and said, don't worry about who I am. You, Emperor Jofen, can't get this 1,000 Dreams Fruit. Emperor Jofen looked into the distance. His control over the void was extremely broad, and he locked onto the new strong man in an instant. 2 more are coming. Emperor Jofen grinned. A black river streaked across the sky and condensed into a burly figure. A shadow appeared out of nowhere and condensed into a purple-robed figure. Emperor Wu, you are here too. Emperor Jofen looked at the burly figure. The burly figure was also Emperor Wu, one of the 13 emperors of the ancient country of Yangfeng. Emperor Wu was practicing the origin of life and had a clone staying in the Dream Realm for a long time. I have been waiting for this 1,000 Dreams Fruit for a long time. Emperor Wu smiled and looked around. I just didn't expect that there would be 2 stranger friends. The 4 powerful men kept an eye on each other. Suddenly, another figure entered this deep space and was discovered by Emperor Jofen's space domain as soon as he came in. Huh? All 4 of them were a little surprised. A figure in a black robe and a golden mask also came. This video will end here.